Welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you here from a lovely Westlake Village, California. And what do we have here? Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart. And I'm going to give you a deep dive of exactly what I'm looking at when it comes to Bitcoin price action. And I'll take a look at Solana and maybe a couple meme coins. If you are interested, make sure you stay to the end and tickle the bell and drop a like and subscribe. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about Bitcoin on the daily, I was bringing up the 4-hour. This is one of our buy setups that that sounds like such a silly word. This is an area of interest, the green 55. When volatility is declining, coming into that green 55 and specifically below, I need to get the other chart here, below a 20 or even better is like a 15. Let's just see if this is almost a perfect trade setup. Let's see here. What candle are we on? I think that was it. You could say that was it. That would be the test of the green 55. But what do we have here? Volatility is increasing. So to me, that's kind of an invalidation. On the other side, some people, the way they read it is that if BBD volatility is below a 20 and we are approaching that green 55, that's a buy. Why? Because that is the most likely area you are going to get a trending move. Expansion works to the upside and the downside. Here's a perfect example right here. So you have a breakout, breaks the purple 200, comes back, retest that silver cross. That is when the 21 is crossing that green 55. And you see, here's what I like better about it. Well, you got two things going for it. The first thing is declining volatility. That's the read I like to see. That's the one that I see as the highest bounce rate. And then you also have the BBWP. It's not below 20. I'd say, yeah, this line is here on this tick. So we're below 20, another buy signal. You can see this was an incredible buying opportunity when people are the most scared, right? That big red candle right there. I mean, I'm sure people were dumping their coins and what happened? Big liquidations to the upside. So is this a similar type setup? Well, you can see as well that, oh, I don't like that magnet thing. That, no, this is not a classic 382 bounce. Yes, it is. So it's close enough. We're bouncing off the 382 in a bullish trending market. That's what you would expect. So let's line that up over here and see where that 382, the question is, where do you drag it from? Here, the last low? Yeah, that is the 382 bounce. So in a bullish trending market, this is exactly where you'd expect to see a little just continuation pump. And where's that pump target for me? I was looking at the 1618 coming in at 71,214. I do believe that would be the more aggressive target, the more conservative target. You would use those candle bodies. And forgive me, that's quite a bit of colors on the screen there, but the 1618 fib is going to be coming in right here at $70,050, and then that 2618 fib is going to come in at 71.7. So if you are going to get volatility to expand here, and the last piece of the puzzle is we want to see momentum flip to the upside. So we need to close a 4-hour back above 68,587, which we are quite a distance away from that. 587 is going to be pretty much the 618. So if we can close a 4-hour back above that 618, momentum will flip back to the upside, and that will look good for a bit of a bounce. Now, on the other side of the fence, if we do close a daily candle below, see if I can get the level just by eyeing it out. If I'm just using my eyes, I'd probably use this level right here. It took me a long time to spot these out, but these are those major kind of shifts in market trend. This was the breakout level, as you can see, and actually it's going to be the breakout level on a lower time frame. But on the daily, if we can hold this pivot coming in, call it 67,394 if you want to be a little more aggressive or a little more conservative. 67,180, right in that zone right there. As long as we can hold that, likely to get a bounce at the very least, you know, up to the 618. And I'd probably be looking for even a sweep of that liquidity at 70,050 bucks. I think that does line up with our fib target as well. And then your next level up, 70,800. You can see that high node or high volume candle right there. And then the real question is, are we, you know, have the lows been put in for October? Because that's what they say, is that the lows typically get put in, I think, the first week of October, especially in like after the halving and especially in an election phase. I wish I had all the statistics to back that one up, but I don't have it at my fingertips at the moment. What else did we want to look at here? You can see we are coming in, I mean, just hitting that trend line perfectly. So what would a bearish back test, and shout out to Jason Casper on this one, bearish back test closing below here, you'd be looking for the retest of this trend line and then a short down. And I totally agree with that analysis. I think that is right in line with the 618, the 0.5. And I mean, that 786 coming in there at 61,323, 61,234, also looking pretty juicy. If we could get that buying opportunity, that's what I think it would be. And that would be, you know, just right in line with higher lows on the daily time frame. And that's exactly what you want to see as we are potentially breaking out of this massive bull flag. And, you know, the targets get pretty deep on this one, but I think conservatively, you know, if you just look at the base range, right, you know, your 1618 coming in at 85,000 bucks. I do think if we get into what is called the SOS phase of the Wyckoff accumulation schematic, let's see if I can pull that up. Wyckoff, question is, can I spell it? This would be it right here. Here's a picture. We got the spring coming in right there. I wish I had a better picture here. And that is the SOS phase where you come into resistance and you have what's called a sign of strength. That's what we'd be looking for around the 74,000 mark, right? So this level right here, the top of the range, 74,000. If we start to see something like that, it gooses the odds in the favor of the bulls quite a bit, in my opinion. If they're not already there, I mean, we have the election coming up. We've got everything lying in our favor. We always got to prepare for the worst, which would be, you know, what I would call a deviation of the range. So if we see this, boom, grinding, and, you know, something like this, gosh, I can't even draw. If we see something like this, paintbrush, where did you go? It's already on. If we see something like this, where, okay, we come down, boom, higher low, boom, okay, we grab all that liquidity, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to take out this wick, right? At some point, they're going to hit that liquidity. It's probably going to snap back, right? Pretty quick, I would imagine, because there's a lot. And then we just want to see this kind of, you know, ranging price action. Hopefully not on the daily. I mean, maybe on the daily, that would be good. You know, if we just hung out there for a couple days, up, down, and then build the liquidity, build, you know, get everybody going long and short, then mark it up, and that would be your Wyckoff accumulation schematic, almost to a T, with the spring occurring there. You got the little check in the middle. I forgot what that's called. And certainly this could be a very telltale sign of what is to come. Okay, what's the bear case? And, you know, even better case, in my opinion, is if we, which it doesn't look like it's going to do it today. We might not get this opportunity to buy here at the value area. What is it called? It is called the, let's see, boom. That is the highest value, highest volume candle node right there at 63,000 bucks. That is the value area high of the range. That is where the price has, you know, it's basically being sold at a premium. Here's where it's being sold at a discount at the value area low. There's your point of control. That is where the most buying and selling occurs. Price action does tend to get sucked back to that point of control. If we do reject here and we do start to reject from the bullish control zone. All right, yeah, here's another thing. We just took a stab into the bull control zone. We want to see us get back in there pretty quickly. In fact, I'd say by tomorrow. We don't want to see a rejection there. We do, okay, it's all right. We can have a pullback. But that immediate hopium not going to be shining as bright. Here's another thing that would get me very bullish right now. Is if the 12-hour comes back and closes, where is the number? I'm going to put it in here. Settings. I'm going to call it the 5 EMA. Oh, that's a bit higher. And then we can take that candle off by going like this. Where is it? So many buttons on TradingView, so many things you can do. And one of them is you can make the candles disappear, but I'm not getting that one right. But what I'm trying to do is see exactly where that 5 exponential is. If you put your cursor over the line, it makes it, see how you can't see it? It's somewhere in here. Let me try it again here. Can we, visual order, bring to front, bring to send to back. Did that work? No, it didn't. Whatever that did, it didn't do anything. But there should be a button like right here where you can click on and off whether you want the chart to show the candles or not. All right, let's try this. Let's try a line chart. Let's go here. Boom. Okay, that worked. So we got some work to do. In fact, the 9 EMA is coming in at 68,155. So I'm just making that a note for myself. 12-hour back above there, likely gonna, produce, I'd say a fairly decent move. In fact, volatility is very low. So here's the other thing that could potentially happen. We come down to that green 55 at 64,625. And how would we know this is going to happen? Here's another thing. The stochastics are trending right now. We went above 90, snaked around here. If this flips back up, again, this is a high time frame, 12-hour. Going to be very bullish. As long as we stay up here in the critical zone, we don't lose this area. So for the RSI and the stochastic, we don't want to see any kind of a that not good. That not good. And then so we'd be leaving the critical zone. Back down is not what you want to see. Low volatility, losing the PMARP, putting in a bit of a sell signal here, guys. So it's a little bit hard to call here. Bearish divergence is going to be forming as price. Let's see. Yeah. That's 2 drives. That takes you down to the 21. The 21 is going to be here. So how would I confirm this as a, oh, I like those candles. Those are the Heiken Ashy candles. How would we confirm this as a bearish divergence on the daily time frame? That's the big question. And I want my regular candles back for that. And unfortunately, in my book, if we close, anywhere below this wick here at 68.31, that is going to be a bit of a nail in the coffin. If you're a short-term bull, if you are a short-term bull, we're a long-term bullish. We're a macro bullish. We think this is going higher, but short-term corrections are completely fine. Down to 66 and that $63,000 level still looking very, very. The other thing I want to see is, shout out to Casper on this one as well, the red dot on the daily time frame. If we confirm the red dot, this has been noted for making the rest of the week bearish. So how do we know that? Well, we can go back and back test it and just mark off the red dots and what's happened when we confirm the red dot on the daily time frame. I'm even going to take that one. I'd say that one's too low, right? We'll do that one, that one. There's your bear div. That's a definite sell. There's your bear div. There's your not V-shaped recovery. And I'll just mark one over here as well, just to see what happened after confirming a red dot. Now, these red dots, they can disappear at the end of the day, or we can print a green dot the next day or a couple days after, just like it happened over here, kind of reverse that trend. But the signature is red dot plus momentum, this blue and light blue curving down and leaving that pivot, that white line, right? So they got to both cross down and leave that zone, and that's adding nails to the coffin for short-term bulls. But I'm going to try and clean this up a little bit. But here's where we're looking at past results, because they are not guaranteed for the future, but because statistics, they tend to play out. So this one, over how many days, right? We're talking about the daily time frame. So the rest of the week, we were saying 7 days bearish. So that was a, 20% dump. You can say from this pivot down 21%. Gosh, that was over a long period of time also. And that's another reason why I don't think this is what we're going to get. Another 27% dump. This is happening over a week. I guess this correction was shorter. This correction was shorter. This one was very short-lived. And essentially, that's what we want to see. If we're bullish, like this is when it's going to happen, in my opinion. Ain't going to happen. I mean, if we're going to break out, right, and we're going to see a bullish kind of rest of the year. I hate to say this. I'm not even going to say it. Let's just let the statistics play out. We can come all the way back down to the bottom of the range, and we can play this range one more time. We can play the range one more time. A 20% correction would take us all the way down 28%, $48,000. Call it not Uptober, call it down in Halloween time. I don't think that's the case. Stock market is being extremely bullish, guys. Closing on new all-time highs almost, okay? The S&P making new all-time highs. Dow making new all-time highs. Nikkei almost full V-shaped recovery, W recovery, whatever you want to call that. Total market cap breaking out on the weekly trend line. This is very bullish for altcoins, I would say, in general. Seeing this start to happen, starting to let us know a rising tide lifts all ships, right? And some of those ships are going to be speedboats and some are going to be tugboats, but that's generally good. That's a good sign. Total market cap. Yeah, perfect breakout, pretty much. I don't know if I drew that as perfect as I'd like to say, but I think that's close enough. We do have a breakout of our long-term downtrend on the weekly time frame. Is it yet? It is broken. Okay, that's good. Point for the bulls. Bull flag. I mean, you guys see where this marks up, right? And I think risk will come back into the market very, very quickly. Time to be on your toes. Time to be watching the market every single day. It's worth it. Check in, subscribe. Don't get a chance to put a video out every single day, but I will tell you this, when it's important, I'm doing it to the best of my ability, guys. And here's the Bitcoin dominance chart, right? And we know when Bitcoin dominance starts to go down, that's when altcoins start to party. And generally speaking, when Bitcoin dominance is going up and the Bitcoin price is going up, that's also, a chance for altcoins to party. I may have got that backwards. Let's just scrap that. But our thesis of the year is that the major reversal coming out of Bitcoin dominance is going to help the altcoins start to party. Also, ETH BTC, I think this, everybody knows the story. It's been a bit of a laggard, but if you look at it from a charting perspective, ETH is getting into like a very, very juicy level. Why do I say that? Well, it's got to be from a better price chart than that has more price history. ETH BTC on Binance. That's got to be the biggest one. No? Let's try Coinbase. We want the one with the most price history. Okay, there we go. So I cannot believe that we talked about this when ETH Bitcoin was up here. And we did say there was a potential to come and tag this node down here. But I didn't think it was very likely, honestly. And look at that. It pretty much went right to a T. Ethereum has been oddly down in the dumps. Maybe it's either way. Personally, I don't care that much. What I care is that it's on sale. I think it's on discount right now. It's still number 2 by market cap. Most of the development, I think, in general, the developers are working on Ethereum. So just throwing it out there, take it with a grain of salt. 786 fib is coming in here. So, we lost to 618. It could come down there. But, basically I'm looking for this area to get reclaimed, and that'll be the first point, but really just needs to break the downsloping trend line, like a lot of the coins have done. And I did want to check in on Brett here really quick, one of the meme coins. Wow, could you believe that? If we break this and come back all the way down, this thing's been so volatile. It's just been incredible. But we could certainly come all the way back down there. And retest. This thing is so volatile. Mother token. Ooh. Popcat holding it up. Popcat holding it up on the 21. And this thing has been very, very bullish. Very, very bullish. How's the day going to close here? Is momentum going to come back up? Money flow still green. And it is ticking back up. That little white line, that's a good sign. Let me get my other chart up here. To me, it looks like a nice Nike swoosh to the upside. A Nike swoosh to the upside. If that is a candle pattern, I mean, it's really simple to get these breakout targets, really, right? 168, but who cares about that for just a second? Because that's not going to happen overnight. Although it can happen in meme coin land and has been happening quite a bit, as some of these coins are just continuing to close on new all-time highs, which would be a sign of strength, right? I'm not saying advocating for meme coins. I'm just looking at the charts, really. Again, it looks like some accumulation. Downside moves are great. I might be a buyer somewhere in this zone. Again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Pepe. This thing's so violent to the upside. It wants to bounce off the green 55. It's not quite there yet. Again, white 200 simple in the cards. Sui, Mr. Chop Sui. This one has been in a macro breakout. The chart looks pretty good, making new all-time highs. Is it new all-time highs from the dawn of time? No, I don't believe it is. Sui has been around for a while. Sui, USDT, maybe Coinbase is going to be the chart for us. See how much price action. Oh, great, Siri, thank you. Thank you for interrupting my show here. All right. Siri is awake all the time. She's not woke. Just kidding. Let's see. So it is making new all-time highs. Let's triple check. CoinMarketCap, and this was a long one today, guys. So if you stuck to the end, make sure you pat yourself on the back, drop a comment, ask a question. All right, Sui, CoinMarketCap. I don't know. I like CoinGecko a little bit more myself. This cannot be the correct thing. This is Sui Market Cap, I believe. Hey, let's check out that Klaus coin. I wanted to see that. Sui USDT, or is that it? Is this it? All-time highs. Okay, that's it. Sui. $2.04, 225, making new all-time highs. That's a sign of strength. And as long as it kind of remains up in this, as long as we don't take out 185, I'd say some more chop, and then continuation is the name of the game. Mr. Doji coin, we posted a little trade setup on this one. Looking for this one to retest the highs, actually. All right, I think I'm getting into the weeds here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have a question, drop it in the comments below. And another one here, TRX, running into that sell pressure at the white 200. So nothing to write home about there. And then, do we have any important data coming out this week? I'm talking about unemployment data, inflation data, rate hikes, rate cuts. The daily close is coming up in about an hour and 15 minutes. So pretty important close today on the day. Today is Monday. Is it Gold Bar Monday? Are we passing out gold bars? No, unfortunately we are not. But we are thinking about doing a giveaway here soon. So we got Red Book numbers, Richmond Fed manufacturing, API oil stock, NBA purchase index, existing home sales, oil, unemployment. That's not our country. 20-year bond auctions. Those are going to be at a discount, I'm sure. Inflation is creeping back up. Building permits. Jobless claims are coming in on the 24th. That is Thursday. That is the day. Jobless claims and building permits. Chicago Fed, S&P Global PMI. So perhaps some bearish news on that day. I don't believe that, I saw anything of warrant for the rest of the week. So as long as, China is supposed to be stimulating here. I'm looking at these pullbacks as just little dips in the weeds, and mostly opportunities, because this is exactly when, price action is starting to get going here. We're getting the weekly breakout here. All right. I hope you guys have yourself a blessed and highly favored rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.